Eden on the south coast of New South Wales, just north of the border with Victoria, is one of those towns that is steeped in fascinating history. And the place to start any visit is the Killer Whale Museum. This town and the nearby Twofold Bay were one of the biggest whaling centres in the world. Relics of this unique history are on display here. The great baleen whales were herded into Twofold Bay by a unique spectacle of cooperation between man and beast. A pack of killer whales would find the great whales, then the leader of the pack, dubbed Tom, would swim to the whaling station and leap about and splash around until the whalers launched their boats. Tom would then lead the men to the whale. He would seize the boat's harpoon line in his teeth and even towed the whalers and their boat until the killing was done. The reward for the wild animals' assistance was to let the killer whales devour the huge 4-ton tongue and the lips. The whalers only wanted the baleen and oil-rich blubber, creating a unique partnership that lasted for years. In 1930, Tom died and his skeleton was kept and is now a centrepiece of the Whaling Museum. 7 of his left lower jaw teeth have been worn down to mere stumps from the countless number of ropes whizzing through them as he helped the whalemen. Another remarkable story of Twofold Bay is that of Benjamin Boyd. This Englishman was a wealthy stockbroker in London. In 1839, the flamboyant entrepreneur bought up huge tracts of land at Twofold Bay. He based his fleet of whaling ships here and called it Boyd Town. Financial mismanagement sent him bankrupt by 1848, but the Davidson family, who operated a land-based whaling enterprise from a modest timber cottage, had the help of Old Tom, the killer whale, and they kept up whaling operations right through to the 1930s. Visitors can easily reach the Davidson Whaling Station historic site near the cottage. The rusting old cast iron boiling down pots are all that remains, but the incredible story of this venture is inspiring. The Davidsons were whaling here for more than 60 years. It's only about a 300-metre walk from the car park to something quite unusual. It's a large tower, been built here a long time ago. This 23-metre high stone tower is another tangible legacy of Benjamin Boyd. He wanted to use it as a lighthouse, but it was never approved and instead became a useful lookout for spotting whales. This is not just a remarkable structure, it's a bit unusual in another respect. This blocks on the side here are sandstone, but it wasn't locally quarried. This came through Sydney and brought it all the way here, which makes it, well, extremely expensive way to build something. The remarkable story of its construction and a magnificent view across the bay make the short walk to the tower highly rewarding. After dark, we meet up with Scott Proctor, who operates a unique tour where, wearing waist-high waders, we set off through the shallows as the tide is turning to scoop up prawns by torchlight.
Oh, you missed him, didn't you?
Ham it up.
Still there.
Ham it up.
At first, we find them elusive, but within half an hour, we're running about scooping up an evening meal.
Right on the bottom.
Both Larraine and I have, as children long ago, been prawning before. It was fun then, and it's still the same now.
Oh, you got him.
He was undersized, that one.
We returned to camp just before midnight. A thoroughly enjoyable end to a great day. Early next morning, we take off to nearby Pambula Lake to take a tour on an oversized oyster punt.
Flathead, bream, blackfish, tailor.
Brett Wingraf, known to everyone as Sponge, takes visitors on an informative cruise of the river estuary.
So once a month we'll go out here on low tide and flip that bag up over the other bag. So all those oysters get to dry out for 5 days.
He grows the world-renowned Sydney rock oysters. A great chance to learn all about the oyster business. The cruise concludes with a tasting of the best that Sponge can offer. The weather is always a concern when visiting coastal destinations, and Eden, situated near the Southern Ocean, is particularly vulnerable. We were keen to go and see some whales off the coast, but had to wait several days before the wind abated enough. We joined Roz and Gordon Butt on their whale-watching catamaran, the Cat Ballou. This is more than looking for whales. The running commentary provides continuous entertainment as Roz highlights all the points of interest along the coastline. Her knowledge of the history of whaling is extensive. Within an hour of leaving port, we spot our first teasing glimpses of a whale, and a huge roar goes up from the excited crowd. The passengers are from all over the world, including China and Japan. I, along with a large group of others, spend most of the time poised on the bow with camera at the ready, waiting for the giants of the sea to make an appearance. We are not disappointed. Huge humpbacks turn up and frolic right in front of us. This is a great way to spend a day, and a fitting one to conclude our visit. Time to say farewell to Eden, return to our motorhome and resume our journey.